Welcome to Heartfelt with Julie Majarison, a space for honest stories, tender truths, and soul deep conversations. I'm your host, Julie Majarison, and here we explore the questions that stir something real in us. Questions about joy, fear, healing, and the moments that shape who we are. Each episode is an invitation to slow down, go deeper, and hear the kind of stories that remind us we're not alone in this human experience. So wherever you are right now, thank you for being here. Let's begin. Welcome to Heartfelt with Julie Majarison podcast. This is a solo episode, number 62, and I want to chat to you about clutter clearing. It is something that I write about in my book, My Way to Happiness. It Gets Better and Better. And it is something that I have been working through for a long time in my life, and it certainly is a spiral. And I'm revisiting it again at the moment. I am preparing to go on a camping holiday, and that means Russell and I are loading up the car and the pod, and we're going to go traveling for over 2 months, and it's going to be up the middle of Australia, and we're going to be camping most of the time. There will probably be times that we will have a holiday, so to speak, and book into a cabin. But the purpose of camping for me is to really get connected with the earth, Mother Nature, and Father Sky, and be out in on the earth plane and really tune in to my inner self and get away from that noise that is there externally. And I'm sure it will bring a lot of growth for me, and I'm really excited about it. But in preparation, I'm doing a big clutter clear out, and it is something that I have been doing for a couple months now, and I felt the need to do some clearing out, but I didn't really know where it was taking me. Now I'm getting a clearer picture. I've got a 6x9 shed down the back, and I have had things in this shed since we moved here 3 years ago, and I have been selling stuff. Well, when I say I have been, I'm going to say Russell has been. We went to the markets, we've sold some things at the markets. Russell's been selling things on Marketplace, and it really challenges me on working out what I want to keep and what I don't need anymore, what doesn't bring value to me anymore. And I learned this back in 2007 when I feng shuied my house, and Susan Scaring taught me to go, okay, when you hold something, feel if it makes you heavy, or does it bring light and joy to you? Does it bring a memory? Is it a good memory or is it a heavy memory? And this is a very interesting practice to get into. And I have been doing that throughout all the years, but there are times that I probably haven't been as present as I should be. Let's just talk about my tea towel drawer. There was one drawer with my tea towels and my hand towels and my aprons, and now it's grown into 2 drawers. And I don't think I'm going to be able to take all those tea towels with me. So it's now getting to the stage where, okay, how many tea towels do I really need? So I'm feeling only 4. And after we come back from camping, we're downsizing and we're going to be living in a smaller area. I still will have to have a storage shed, but the plan is to keep on downsizing as I get used to having less space. I've been doing support working for about 2 years now, and I have really learned that a lot of people are really attached to their stuff. And it does bring a heavy feeling to me when I walk into their place and they aren't ready to let go of it. And that's okay because that's their journey. But me experiencing this for self has made me realize that I don't need to have all of this stuff. Is this going to make me a little shaky inside? Yeah, it is because I have kept things for, for my children to give to their children. Back in the day, before there was internet, like books, like, oh, books. I'm just going to say books, but even like their little beautiful card that they made when they were at preschool and the first painting. What happens with those? Is that something that I need to keep? Or is that something that I don't need to keep anymore? It's a big decision. It's a big decision to make. I'm taking 3 containers down to my children who are in their, well, my daughter's nearly in her 30s. My son is, and I'm going to see what they want to keep. And then the decision is going to be hard to decide what to do with the others. I have a container full of photo frames that I've had on the wall over the last few years. I mean, the last 30 years. What do I do with them? You know, why am I keeping them? A lot of them are in my old story, in my first marriage. Some of them is history, and but what do I do? What do I do with them? I really don't know. I love the digital photo frames that I can keep updating them. And we do have a digital photo frame, and we've been playing our wedding photos over them in it for the last 2 years. And I think after this anniversary, it's time to actually add other photos in there. So this is where I'm at. I'm in this big question mark mode about what to keep, what not to keep. I like to make my own candles. Is that something that I need to keep doing? Or is it something that I'm not going to use so much? Do I keep the sewing machine? I like to do the mending, but I don't really do much mending. I don't really make my Blissful Touch sheets anymore. So that's another thing that I'm unsure about doing. And I love doing craft and learning. I've got a mosaic box that actually I mosaiced on when I did my art classes, about 20 years ago. What do I do with the mosaic box and all of the craft stuff? Is that something that I'm going to want to keep making craft stuff? And then what do I do with that? Because we've downsized. It is such a tricky question. I've got my lovely big painting that I did at those art classes, and it's on a journey, it's on a path. I painted it from when we had our exchange student Hazel, and she took this photo, and we might even come across it in our travels because She did a journey from around Coober Pedy up to Ayers Rock, and she took this photo. And I wonder if I come across it on our journey when we're traveling. So, all these memories, all these emotions, all these things, and I've only touched on a few of them. But yesterday I was cleaning out a cupboard and it had been in the shed and we're going to sell it. And one drawer was just full of Christmas wrapping and cellophane. And all it was a lovely home for the cockroaches. And we killed 4 cockroaches from that cupboard. So I've kept these things for 3 years and haven't even used them. And now they're in the bin because of the cockroaches made a home out of them. So that's something that was unnecessary for me to keep. I didn't even realize we had the wrapping there. And I don't really buy a lot of Christmas presents anymore. We just buy for the grandchildren or we do Secret Santa. So I didn't need all that stuff, all that stuff. I have all the Blissful Touch sheets that need to be done something with because they're getting a bit old, but they're still good material. And I want to make a rag mat out of it. And I want to learn that. So do I keep that material to when I actually have time to make the rag mat? All of these questions that are coming up within me and a lot of question marks. But I must admit, cleaning out that one set of drawers, tossing the Christmas paper really was liberating for me and made me feel really good. And so I've got probably 6 weeks where I'll be doing lots of clutter clearing and downsizing and selling stuff. So it does excite me. But the one thing that I tend to worry about is, say, in a year's time, I'll go looking for that one thing that I've thrown out, and I will realize that, oh, that was actually important to me, and now it's gone. So I guess that's why I hold on to things. But I've got to realize it's just stuff. It's just stuff. And just stay with the basics is where I'm heading to. And we'll see how I go. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. I hope something in this conversation stayed with you, opened something up in you, or simply made you feel seen. If this episode moved you, feel free to share it with someone who might need it too. And if you'd like to continue the journey with us, be sure to subscribe and stay connected. Until next time, take care of your heart and remember your story matters. Thank you.